Welcome back to PackTV. We apologize for the technical difficulties. The game is going to start in about 5 minutes here. And UNC played Duke last night and won 2-0, but they're coming off of that game. So how is fatigue going to be a factor?
Well, they played just last night, so it's going to be, not even 24 hours of rest, probably more like 12 if we're being honest. And I think that could be a pretty big deal. It's going to be a big test of their depth. And, we'll see. Obviously, they've got almost 2 full teams, so it's going to be a test of their depth, and we'll see if they're up to the challenge against this NC State team.
Yep, man. For State, they just got to keep the ball going. They're on a good win streak here, so we'll get back to you at the start of the game in about 3 minutes. And welcome back here at PackTV. We're just about set for today's soccer match between UNC and NC State. The refs are here, the captains are convening, and we're just about set. NC State beat High Point a few weeks ago 4-0, so may not have been their last contest, but a very good showing there. And NC State's leading scorer during that tilt against High Point was Nara Mendez, number 7. She had 3 goals. So we'll see if she can't get on the attack again, as well as Laurie Beth Shapiro for the Pack. Your goalkeepers for today for Carolina. Carolina Walton is the goalkeeper, and for the Pack, Emily Hager will be in between the pipes. So the teams are just setting up here.
NC State's wearing white jerseys, black shorts. Chapel Hill is wearing, I can't tell, what do you think? Is that navy or black?
I would go black.
You think that's black?
Black, yeah.
It's navy. One of my pet peeves, especially about them, is they just decide to wear random colors all the time, especially navy, and navy is not one of their colors. But
true,
whatever.
true.
That's my uniforms rant of the day.
Yeah.
NC State's wearing the white, Chapel Hill's wearing the either black or navy.
I'm just happy you could see their numbers. Sometimes their jerseys are like gray and something you can't see their numbers. So
hopefully they're wearing the right numbers today.
Yep. And here we go. Set for today's tilt. The rivalry of all rivalries. Schools separated by not even 30 miles apart. And here we go at the Wolfpack Training Center. We'll see Ethan if State comes out with energy like they did against High Point, or who comes out with more energy. I'm looking to see who gets to the 50-50 balls.
Well, you definitely think that if State can get ahead, that's going to help them out because Chapel Hill just played last night, so they're going to be a little more fatigued. Maybe if State can get ahead, they'll get a little demoralized.
Yep, so the Heels control it in the far side. Now, bringing it up the field, passes it up to Courtney Johnson, who had it knocked out of bounds for a Tario throw-in. Throwing over to Bella Reese, and that'll go out for another throw for Carolina. So State finds itself in a defensive position early on. Reese with it. The Heels swing it back. Abby, and that's a turnover. State in the counter to the far side. They have runners. Carson Key is up near the goal mouth. Ready to receive, but that ball rolled out, so State will get a throw.
It's a gorgeous day out here after hurricane came through 2 days ago. Thankfully, up here at the training center, we've got a turf field, so no issues there.
Yep, beautiful day. Like it a lot better than last night. Last night was a very cold night on camera. So State will get the first free kick of the game for either team, sending it in the box, and that'll be easy pickings for the keeper, Caroline Walton. And that pass up, all the way up to Aaron Floyd. Floyd tried to trap it but couldn't. So State will throw it in. You see Key. And that one will be cut out by Aaron Floyd. And the keeper will grab the ball. That is Emily Hager, keeper for the Pack. And a hard tackle there. But Key is going to go for the heels. Passing up, shot blocked. Great block there by State.
First real opportunity of the game there comes for the heels. We'll see who can get the next one.
And Floyd with it. Floyd passes it out to Key, but it's stolen away. And now Mendez. Mendez trying to get it out wide, couldn't. Stolen by the heels. That one off a defender. Now Carolina's going to reset. Hard pass. Going to be stopped but maintained by Reese. And State will get the ball out. Not able to get it all the way out. Floyd with it. Gives it to Key on the far side. And they're going to call offsides.
Yeah, I don't know what that call was.
It was either offsides or she went too far and it was out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick, so I'm going to go with out of bounds there. Big boot by State to the midfield. Johnson now passes it up, shot by Abby, wide.
I don't know that that's the best shot that Chapel Hill could have found right there. Not even really close to the net, not even making the goalie work for the save.
Yeah, poor shot there. That one's booted down the far side. And State will get possession. You see Mendez put it over. Nice, beautiful ball over for Stephanie Ronheiser. Ronheiser battling for it. Ronheiser still battling for it. Good play there by Ronheiser for State. And now UNC will take a goal kick. Not off to a fast start here. We've had a few shots, but teams still feeling each other out here.
Yeah, I think so. But Chapel Hill hasn't gotten off to a slow start, which we suspected they might. That's a good sign for them the rest of this game.
Yep, and Shapiro passing it, but that's going to be offsides on State. Really good idea, but just a little too eager to get in there was Ron Wasser, Stephanie Ron Wasser. Now Johnson with the ball, passes it over to Wooten. Caroline Wooten crosses it in. Shot blocked again. Ball in a dangerous area for State, and they're trying to get it out. And that's going to be a foul and a free kick.
That's the second shot so far that Chapel Hill has taken from outside of the 18-yard box. So clearly they're eager to just get it on net and aren't looking for the best shot possible.
Yep, that's right, Ethan. So far, the Pack have defended that well. And that one will be headed over. Oh, good header. And now you see Johnson with it, but it went out of bounds all the way over the fence. And the heels will get the throw. Floyd will throw it in for the heels. Nice little boot kick up to Rice, but is not able to control it there, so State will have the free kick, or goal kick, excuse me. And that one's going to come and roll all the way to Ethan, out of bounds here. Schultz will throw it in quickly. And they're going to try to push it up the field here. And that's going to go out of bounds and be Carolina ball. So the Heels throw it in, down deep in their own territory. Spiked by Shapiro. On the far side now, it rolls out of bounds. Some nifty footwork there. Running, and that'll be offsides.
I think it just went out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yeah, out of bounds. On the Heels. And that one will go out. Maggie tried to push it up for the Pack, stolen away by the Heels. And that'll be cleared out by Jenna Schott for the Pack. Throwing on the far side, you see Reese. And now Carolina will reset. Now the Pack looking for an opportunity, but kicking it out. UNC just working the sidelines here against State. Except for that one that'll roll out for a goal kick.
Not much really happening the last couple minutes, just teams going back and forth on the other side of the field. Nobody's really been able to gain control. We had a couple shots early on, but since then it's just really been back and forth and nobody's really done anything.
Yep, that's been about what it's been like. The one opportunity State had was offside, so now Mendez kicks it up the far side looking to make something happen. Reese looked like a push, but they're going to call it against Carolina.
Looks like more of a flop to me. I don't know.
That ball will roll out and yet another throw in. And that'll be a corner kick for the Pack. Here, our first corner of the day. So corner here for the Pack. Sent in. Just over the head of Key. And that one went out for a goal kick. So unsuccessful corner there for the Pack.
Looked like State might have had a chance there, but corner was kicked just a little too far.
Now up the line. Nice little poke check there. And now some subs for the Pack. Number 22, Kylie Quinn, will check in.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Chapel Hill uses the subs. We see NC State go to the bench with 3 subs early. We'll see what Chapel Hill does because they're the team that should be more tired.
Yep, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast that they had a game last night, so they're not playing with a lot of rest. Good move there by the Heels. In space, it's a foot race, and Hager wins the foot race for the Pack. Great awareness there by Hager to beat the offender to the ball, preventing a goal. Now Carolina trying to get it to Reese, not able to. And that'll go out for another throw. Against High Point, NC State stressed their quick ground passes. Here, I haven't seen that today.
Well, I think they've had more trouble. Chapel Hill's probably a better team than High Point, so they're playing better defense, and that's obviously hurting NC State's passing attack so far.
Yep. That one will be lifted at midfield. Carolina with another throw in here on the far side.
We have a Ultimate Frisbee tournament going on behind us on Miller Fields. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people here and they took up a lot of parking. But lots of noise coming from back there.
That'll be a foul against Anastasia Sheridan for the Pack. So the Heels will get a free kick here. It'll be Caroline Wooten taking the kick for the Heels. Wooten with the shot. Easily swallowed up by Hager for the Pack. No problem.
That's the third shot from outside the 18-yard box. And Chapel Hill is making Hager work, but they haven't really challenged her too much yet.
And that one will come out of bounds near us. It'll be a throw in by Floyd. Floyd looks for a teammate. Floyd, Johnson, and Reese now for the Heels trying to get it for the Pack. Pack passing up to Nara Mendez. Now it's up to Floyd. Floyd put it in a good area, but that was too hard. The through ball there. And that one will go out of bounds on the Pack. So UNC throw in here. Now we have a slew of subs here. Patterson, Channing coming in for the Tar Heels. We have free kick for the Heels here. Taken by
Caroline, take it. Caroline.
Hey, we should run onto this flag. Backside.
looks like it'll be taken by Caroline Wooten here. Wooten puts it in. And that was a great ball, but no one was there to get it for Chapel Hill, fortunately for the Pack.
That was dangerous.
For sure. And the Pack needs to get some offense going. They've been in their defensive third most of these last 10 minutes, I'd say. So we'll see if they can't get.
Yeah, Caroline Walton's only got one save. I believe State's other opportunity was offsides, and on the other side, Hager's been tested 4 or 5 times. And then you have that dangerous ball that just went out of bounds.
Yep. Pack need to get Mendez involved and see if they can get up the field. Here we go. Now you see Reinhardt. Reinhardt puts it in the middle, and it's going to be grabbed by Walton. So Caroline Walton now forced to make a little bit of save there. And Caroline is going to possess the ball in the back, move it to the far side. It's taken away by the Pack on the far side, pushing up the field. And she was taken down. So State will get a free kick at midfield here. Hard boot into the box. Shapiro trying to work it. Crossed in. Dangerous ball. Shot blocked. What a block there by Sally Ken.
Excellent individual play there by Sylvana Salas. Created an opportunity, and now State has a corner, but she had a couple really nice moves on the near side.
And State with their second corner of the game. Up, the header missed. Header missed there, and Carolina will clear it out here. And Nara Mendez will come out for the Pack as Kaylee Creech will check in. Now the Pack, a little miscommunication there, bad pass, but it'll be gotten back by Solis. Now battling with it. Now Carolina with numbers. And that'll go out. No, there will be a foul called. Push against Wooten there. So Pack will get a free kick here. And that'll be a little bit of a shove there by Reinhardt. So Carolina will get the free kick here.
Referee's not afraid to blow the whistle here early on. Lots of fouls that may or may not have been fouls.
Yep, tight officiating so far. Now Carolina trying to work the middle. Working the middle of the shot by Caroline Wooten, off target.
Another long shot. That's 4 by my count. And that doesn't even include a couple free kicks closer out towards midfield that made it in on net.
Yep.
So we'll see. I mean, it appears the strategy is just get the ball on net and see what happens. We'll see if maybe that switches up as the game goes on.
And we'll see a sub for the Pack. Emma Luganville will come on. And the Pack will put it in the middle. Johnson was shoved down by Creech there. And Carolina will get a free kick. Now on the far side is Reinhardt. Carolina kicked it out. Poor pass on the far side, so State will get the throw in here. So I would guess halfway through the first half. Our score here is 0-0. NC State versus Carolina. Women's soccer here. Bringing you into the Pack with PackTV. And 2 set-piece chances for the Pack so far. Carolina, as Ethan has said, taken a lot of far shots outside the 18-meter mark. And a lot more of a contest than the High Point game 2 weeks ago for State. Ball still being battled for on the far side there. And that one goes over to Quinn. And UNC was looking for Caroline Wooten up top, but not able to get it. Nice move there by Solis. Solis looking for the give and go, and that'll go out of bounds on the heels. And Casey Border with the ball, but the Pack will have another throw. That one headed dangerously into the middle, but cleared out by the Tar Heels. And that one's gonna fly all the way past the fence. And State will get the throw. Johnson being pressured. A little bit of a zone by. And there's going to be a foul.
Hey, that's okay.
Holding on the heels. Holding on the Pack, so the heels will get a free kick here just inside midfield. With the kick easily defended by the Pack. And now they're going to look to clear it up the field. See if they can push offensively. But that one will be scooped up by Walton. So Ethan, what have you seen here in the past few minutes?
Well, a lot of back and forth play. I think the matchup to watch so far has been the Chapel Hill offense against the NC State defense, and Chapel Hill's gotten plenty of opportunities. They just haven't gotten any great opportunities, I guess, if that makes sense. Nothing really inside the box where Hager's really had to work or make a good save. She's made a bunch of easy saves, and so I guess you could say State's defense, is doing the job. But at some point, State's going to need some offense to win the game.
Yep, couldn't agree more there. They've had some chances on special teams with the corners, but not able to convert on those so far. So it looks like they'll try to tackle, throw it in. Some good sprinting there by Luganville. Luganville trying to find a player. Tripped up, but that was a clean tackle there. Now Johnson on the far side. And Carolina working it. Working it back toward the middle.
Should be about 10 minutes left in the half so far. Goal at this point, headed into half, would be a big momentum boost for the second half.
Yep, for sure, Ethan. And stay putting on the pressure as Carolina's in their own defensive third. And that one rolls out.
Good pressure, forced a turnover there.
Rillard with the throw. It'll go out. Rillard again. Kicked in by Bartier for the Pack. And that one will roll off the foot of a Tar Heel, so State with a good chance of throwing near the far side. Ball put into the box, but scooped up by goalkeeper Caroline Walton. Walton with the kick.
Go, Macy,
A
go.
little bit of a mag there. Good pass there, looking for Creech, not able to get it, and that'll go out of bounds here. Slew of subs here.
Nice ball movement for the Pack there on that last possession. Couldn't really hold on to it, but now they've got a throw in.
So that one will roll out, and Pack will maintain possession here. You see Bartier with it. Bartier again. Maggie goes with the pass. And that one will be on the far side, and Carolina will get the foul there against the Pack. So they'll get a free kick.
Go, Black, 9 minutes. Let's go.
9 minutes left here in the first half. 0-0 our score here, women's soccer. Good work there. Sullivan now in the box, shot easily scooped up by Hager for the Pack. And gonna be kicked. And Lewis with it on the far side. Lewis went across it. He cleared out. And that'll be a corner kick for the Heels.
Well done, Mace. Yes, we are. They are, yeah. Put it in, block!
Be Carolina's second corner kick. Put in, but the touch was not there for the Heels. And now a slew of subs for both teams.
Another couple good opportunities there for Chapel Hill. They had one shot that was, I don't know, what would you say? That was about 6-10 yards?
Yeah.
6 to 8 yards, but
Good stuff.
relatively easy save for Hager. And then the corner kick just never really got to the net. But Chapel Hill did get closer there. We'll see if they can keep doing that.
And for the Pack, Kohlberg checked in on that last substitution.
Now move higher.
Up to Wooten. Caroline Wooten loses possession. Wooten will tap it out of bounds. And the Pack will maintain possession here. Goes with a kick passed over to Madsen, Julian Madsen. Now they'll switch fields here, and that'll roll out of bounds and be a Carolina throw. Her goal kick.
One thing that's interesting to me with the turf field is the ball bounces a lot more and it's faster. If you watch games on regular grass field at Miller or at Method or at Dale Soccer Stadium, the ball will sometimes, you can kick it long and the ball will stay in bounds. Here, that's not the case. If you kick it too far, your odds of catching up to it are pretty slow. And I've noticed that a couple times tonight, or today, I guess.
Yeah, the ball definitely moving with a lot more speed than a regular field, for sure. And NC State turning up the intensity here. Ball out wide. Over for Kenza Araba. And Araba will take the throw for the Heels.
Black, 5 minutes.
5 minutes left to go in the first half here. Your score, NC State 0, North Carolina at Chapel Hill 0. Good ball there. To Madsen. And Madsen will work it so that State can take a corner. Jose Ricard will take the corner for the Pack. This is their third corner of the day. It's up. Swung wide of the box. But the Pack will retain possession on the throw-in. And now Ultimate Frisbee is in full force behind us.
They're plenty loud over there, that's for sure.
And now State on the counterattack here. Dropping off in the box. Free shot goal! Goal, Wolfpack goal. And that's a goal. By number 3, which I do have, Meredith Kreiner. Scored for the Pack on a beautiful give and go there. And that's a really big boost after all the great defensive effort to end the half that way.
That's a big goal headed into half. I mentioned a couple minutes ago, if you can get a goal, if any team, either team could get a goal headed into half, that'd be a big momentum boost. State got it after being on the defensive for most of the half. Now we'll see how Chapel Hill responds here at the end of the half, and if nothing really happens, we'll see how they come out in the second half.
Yep, and just a great setup there on the counterattack by State to get the goal. So we'll see how aggressive State is now. That pass was poor, and Caroline Wooten will receive it and be fouled there. No, I'm sorry, that was Maggie who was fouled for State. So State will get the free kick. Foul on Wooten. We booted along. Keeper a little hesitation, but still managed by Walton. Walton's going to punt it all the way down. Great bounce. But State will get it back. Fighting for it here. Johnson passes it back now on the far side of the heels. And that'll be a foul. I didn't really see anything there, but
Yeah.
apparently
We're not keeping track of fouls, but
yeah.
that's got to be close to 15 and a half, I would say.
And a long ball booted all the way to Hager, who catches it harmlessly.
That is another one. I just feel like at this point, the long shots aren't working against Hager. She's proven that she can make those saves, and she hasn't really been challenged on any of them.
Now, heels trying to push up at the end of the half. On the far side, it'll be cleared out by State off the UNC players, so State will get the throw in. Thrown in the middle of the field. Taken now by Sullivan. Sullivan over now, but the Pack able to clear it out. Excuse me, Creech now with the foul there for the Pack.
Last kick here, maybe even this might even be it right here.
UNC coaches screaming for their players to crash the net on this one, so I believe you're right there, Ethan. This could be the last kick. Oh, and the referee blew for half right before Carolina was able to take the free kick. Fortunate for State, unfortunate for Carolina, but NC State Wolfpack lead Carolina 1-0 here at the half, and we'll be right back with the second half of our contest here at PackTV.
NC State leads UNC Chapel Hill 1-0 here at the half. Ethan Berry alongside Jonathan. That was a good half, I thought. Back and forth play. I thought UNC Chapel Hill controlled the game for the most part. Then at the end of the half, last couple minutes, Meredith Kreiner put NC State on top. What did you see in that goal?
Yep, she broke through. Beautiful goal on the counter for NC State. They were able to counter, just get two really quick through passes, and then the goal. Top left, beautiful goal. So
it was a beautiful goal. I don't like doing this. The referee was involved a lot. I don't necessarily think they were bad calls. I thought he was consistent both ways. You agree with that?
Yep, I agree. It was consistent both ways. The small calls were made, but again, consistent.
It was both ways, and that's all you can ask for. You don't know. Sometimes they're going to let you play. Sometimes they're not. Today they're not, but it's consistent, and that's all you can ask for. NC State leads 1-0. Second half, what do you want to see from both teams?
From State, I want to see more offense where they picked it up with the counterattacks and the breaks and the set pieces. They had 3 corners in the first half, and they did well with that, but weren't able to capitalize. And then from Chapel Hill, they just have to – I want to see them get more shots closer in. You talked about it a lot during the first half. They were taking some really long shots, not quality shots, and Hager was able to easily handle those.
Yeah, Hager didn't have really any challenge. We're not keeping track of stats, but they must have had 10 shots on net would be my guess.
Yep.
And I don't think Hager was challenged on any one of them. And so that's got to change for Chapel Hill to even up the score. We mentioned fatigue. They played last night. They beat Duke 2-0. We'll see. Fatigue, I thought Chapel Hill was the better team in the first half, to be honest. Fatigue didn't seem like it bothered them much. We'll see as we get deeper into the game if that changes. Chapel Hill used a lot of subs. I noticed NC State has many more subs. They just didn't use as many. So we'll see how that affects things in the second half. Any final thoughts from the first half?
Just push the momentum that they can carry, the Pack can carry from this goal and keep going.
Yeah, that's big. The end of the half goal is big. We'll see how both teams come out in the second half. NC State 1, UNC Chapel Hill 0 at the half here on PackTV. Welcome back for the second half, just in time for kickoff. NC State and UNC Chapel Hill. Wolfpack leads 1-0 on a goal from Meredith Kreiner at the end of the first half. 40 minutes left to play. And Jonathan's voice is kind of disappeared on him, so called a game last night. Did a good job in the first half today and a little under the weather, so I'll take over here in the second half. Teams have switched sides, so NC State is now headed from right to left, and UNC Chapel Hill headed from left to right. Caroline Walton, the UNC Chapel Hill goalie, is wearing red. I find that odd.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I know goalies always wear different colors, but it just doesn't seem like you should wear – I mean, I don't watch much soccer. It just doesn't seem like you should wear the other team's colors, I should say. Back and forth play here on the far side. Maybe they're on the far side because that's where the shade is, although it's really a nice day out here. State has it up here looking to push up field. Good slide tackle there from UNC Chapel Hill. They'll take it away, send it up, and look for Wooten. Sorry, we called her name so many times. She's been one of the best players on the field so far in the first half. And looks like we're going to have a Chapel Hill corner kick. First, they got to fetch the ball back, went over the net. That's probably, what would you say? That's probably like a 30-foot high net right there, right?
Yeah, she skied that one for sure, Ethan.
It was deflected too, so that helped. So we got a corner kick coming here. Tar Heels taking it. And there's Wooten. She's going to send it in. Sends it into the far side, headed out by the Wolfpack. Good defense there. Chapel Hill has control outside the box. And it's sent in on Hager and another easy save. I don't think that was really a shot, though, so she might get credit for a save, but we're not going to count that as a shot. Hager sends it deep, headed out. NC State will have a throw in. We talked about the officiating early on, or in the first half, I should say, and it was pretty ticky-tack, but it was both ways, and that's what you can ask for. Would you rather see ticky-tack where you're calling everything, or would you rather let them play?
I'd rather let them play personally. It just makes for more of a fast-paced game, more entertaining for the fans.
Yeah, I agree, but sometimes you got to – each referee has a different style, but I thought he did a good job. He was consistent. Heels take control off a throw-in, and they'll
Send it up out of the reach of Grace Nip, and NC State will have a throw in. Great day out for soccer. I'd say it's about 70 degrees. I think the high was 68, but that's what it feels, about 70 right now. Chapel Hill trying to keep it in on the goal line. NC State takes it away. Good defense there. NC State defense has played well so far, despite so many shots on net. We agreed that it's been good defense because they haven't been great shots. Chapel Hill will have a throw in now. They look to take control, and they do out in the middle of the field. They'll send it back. Sarah Dan Kase. And NC State have it now. Little back and forth play here. See if NC State has it. Let's see if they can hold on to it, and they can't. State with the throw in now. Right in front of us here. Heels take over. And State takes it back. Tell you what, we've seen a lot of that today, Jonathan. Just back and forth play. Nobody really has possession. Or if they do have possession, they don't hold it for long. Down in the corner, State looking to make something happen. Stephanie Rohrmasser. She loses it. Chapel Hill's headed the other way. Let's see if they can make a play. State deflects it down. Let's see if that's going to be called a foul. Doesn't look like it. Emily Fuerst is down. And let's see what happens. She rolls over. That's a good sign. She took a hard fall. Clock is stopped, and we're going to see if we have a trainer or somebody. We do. She's up. She's up and walking it off. Looks like she's going to be okay. That was a, I didn't see a foul called, but that was a pretty big fall, for sure. Although it looks like they are going to be taking a free kick, though. So I don't know. Do you know what happened there?
I think there was a little bit of a shove there by a State player.
I didn't see a foul called, though. Did you? No, yeah, I didn't either. So here's the kick sent in, and out in front, and Chapel Hill scores. Off a deflection, off the free kick. I believe it was Abby Maston who knocked it in. Hager got a hand on it, couldn't control it. Ball kicked around in front, went right to Maston, who had an open net, and we're tied at 1. A little bit of an unlucky goal there if you're NC State, but Chapel Hill's had so much pressure on net, it felt like they were due for one eventually.
Yep, they did a lot offensively here to start the half, put a lot of pressure, getting the 50-50 balls, and it paid off for them there on that free kick.
Tied at 1 now. So good response from the Tar Heels after NC State opened the scoring at the end of the first half. Down on the far end, we'll see what happens here. It's going to be a goal kick. So 1-1. UNC Chapel Hill has only lost 1 out of their 9 games this year, so you knew this was going to be a tough one for the Wolfpack, but 35 minutes left to find a winner. Last night, NC State and UNC Chapel Hill played in men's soccer, and the Tar Heels were ranked #1 in the country. They came to Raleigh, and they were handed a 1-0 defeat in front of a record crowd at Dale Soccer Stadium. Over 3,000 people were there. I was there as well, and I'll tell you what, that was the most people I've ever seen by far at an NC State soccer game. Maybe twice as many people as I've ever seen. Incredible crowd, and NC State was able to come away with a win. Chapel Hill with a throw-in now, looking to keep control, see if they can make something happen. And it's cleared out of there by NC State. Long ball takes one of those big bounces, and it's going to be scooped up by Walton. I'll tell you what, another thing I've noticed on the turf is the big bounces. And NC State almost had an opportunity earlier because it bounced so high and Walton couldn't jump up to get it. Or she was able to jump up and get it, but it was a scary moment there for the Heels.
Yeah, the large bounces are really forcing the defenders to shield out offensive players running in near the goalie.
Yeah, it's definitely a different dynamic to the game that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see in a soccer game. This is used as a practice facility for soccer teams. It's a great facility, I would say. But it's definitely a little different with the turf. That's for sure. Heels looking to get it out of their own end. And they do. Grace Nip with another nice play there to get it out. Heels looking to push ahead. Down in the far corner. Heels get out of there with it. Centering pass, and State clears it away momentarily. That was a dangerous ball. Chapel Hill with it now. Still on the far end. There's the goal scorer, Maston. She sends it in, but State takes control. Long pass up ahead. And we'll see if State can make something happen. State still has it. Looking for Mendez, who's maybe the best goal scorer on the team. Not able to get her an opportunity here so far in this one. State looking ahead. And Chapel Hill clears it out momentarily. State still has it. Cleared out off of a player, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Tar Heels. Looked like it deflected out off of Carson Key. And the Heels will take control. Mendez, you mentioned Mendez had a hat trick against High Point not too long ago. Haven't heard much from her today. What have you seen from her? Why has she not had many opportunities? Do you think it's because Chapel Hill has just played that good of defense on her?
Yeah, I think Chapel Hill's defense is a really big part of it, Ethan, but also just she hasn't been able to get the ball in the middle, make the cuts that you usually see her making to get the shots.
Yeah, I agree. Got to tip your hat, especially when you have a player of that caliber. The defense knows all about her, and they've done a good job so far. Heels throw it in. Back and forth here since the Maston goal. Have a couple subs here for the Wolfpack. And I'll tell you what, Chapel Hill's the team that played last night, but NC State looks like, or excuse me, they look like Chapel Hill looks like the fresher team. To me, maybe they're just that much more athletic, I don't know. But seems to me that a lot of the one-on-one races, the Tar Heels have been winning those. There's Mendez again. State looks to hold the ball, and they can't. Sent up ahead. State's had the ball in the Tar Heels zone here for a good couple minutes, but they haven't really had much of an opportunity. And that's going to be a foul. That was a foul all first half, so we see the consistency again there. Good call by the referee. Heels take a free kick, send that one in. That's going to go way over the net. I'll tell you what, I was about to say, that's a free kick that we've seen the Tar Heels send on net. But instead of sending that one in net, they send it to, I believe that was Wooten. I couldn't tell exactly who it was. Sent it way 15 feet over the net. And they love that outside shot, I'll tell you.
They really love that outside shot, and you can see that they're going to stick with it and then also work with the corners and corner kicks, see if they can get some special teams going.
Tar Heels throw in. State keeps it in. Looking to set things up. About 10 minutes gone in the second half. 40-minute halves here in club soccer, unlike 45 on the varsity level. State scored late in the first half. Meredith Kreiner with an excellent goal on a give and go. Abby Maston then at the 5 minutes into the second half scored off of a deflection off of a free kick to even it up for the Tar Heels. Tell you what, the Ultimate Frisbee crowd isn't getting any quieter. Kickoff from Walton. Caroline Walton. Tar Heels have 3 Carolines on this team. Caroline Rusk, number 15. Caroline Walton's in net. Caroline Wooten, number 3, who's been arguably their best player so far today. Nice little crowd here, too. Probably about 25 people on the far side and another 15 or 20 behind the net, behind the Tar Heels net right now. Of course, I'm sure a couple friends and family made the trip over from Chapel Hill this morning. State's going to have a goal kick here. Sent in. And Heels look to take control. Unable to do so. Good play from Kelly Reinhardt. She's played well in the middle for NC State. Sent in for Wooten, and State is able to clear it out. She's dangerous, and Tar Heels headed out on the other end. State looking to take control. And they'll send it in on net. Here's an opportunity, sent in, and it's wide. Shouldn't have said sent in on net, sent into the box, and NC State had a bad angle shot there, and it went wide. Tell you what, that might have been State's first real opportunity of the second half.
Yep, they haven't had a lot of opportunities in the second half, so it's their first real one. Just an unfortunate touch there. Not able to beat the angle, as you said, and get it on net there. But Carolina still beating State to the 50-50 balls.
Yep.
So far.
Yep, I agree. And we'll see how this one ends. About 20-25 minutes left. State and Chapel Hill, this has been a pretty even second half. UNC scored a goal early, and since then it's really just been back and forth play. State looking to set up a cross here. Can't do it, goes out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick. Another substitution here. It's gotten pretty hot out here. I wore a jacket this morning.
Yeah, me too, Ethan. I wore a jacket, but quickly shutted that one off.
Yeah. When I left, it was 58 degrees. We've been waiting for fall. It's finally here. I thought it was finally here, although it feels a lot hotter than it actually is because there's no clouds and it's the middle of the day, but right now it says 67. It's pretty hot, 67 degrees, but feels good. Nice little breeze here. And it's a great day for soccer.
Yep, I prefer it to the last night's game where it was like 40,
Yeah.
50-ish, and we all froze.
Yeah.
No complaints here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, over at Method, We were talking about this earlier. It's either really hot or really cold, and there's no in between. And sounds like last night was a cold night. State sends it into the Tar Heels end. State deflects it again. They'll look to take control. They lose it. Try to get it back. Heels have it, looking to push into their offensive end. State takes it. State comes in 4-2-2. Tar Heels 6-1-2. Not much difference between these two teams, Jonathan. We thought that Chapel Hill was the better team in the first half, but I don't think it was a big margin at all. And State had the 1-0 lead, obviously, and now second half, Heels were able to even it up, but this half has been pretty even in my mind.
Yep, I agree. Both teams really pushing the ball offensively and defensively. Of course, UNC did score the goal, but both teams playing relatively even. I agree with that assessment.
That one hit our computer.
You are still with us.
We'll see if the stream is still up. We've had a lot of action over here, surprisingly. Usually over here, usually when you're set up over here by the cameras, you don't have a lot of action, but we're about 3 feet into the out of bounds. Opportunity here for the Heels. She goes down, and that's going to be a penalty. That's the way the game's been called, Jonathan. That one to me looked like she was already tripping and falling, and then she got knocked down. So it looks like we're going to have a penalty kick here. Looks like, let's see who drew the penalty. Erin Floyd looked like she drew the penalty, and Courtney Johnson is taking it. We'll see if she can score on Hager. Here she comes, lines it up, and she scores. Courtney Johnson scores on the penalty kick, and the Tar Heels take a 2-1 lead. Did you agree with that call?
Yeah, that was a good call. She got tripped up in the box, so obviously you have to give the penalty kick there.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just looked like she was already tripping and falling, but that's the way the game's been called. And like,
I was gonna say, it's consistent with the way the game's been called. It's
Yeah.
been really tight, so.
Exactly. That's all you can ask for, consistency. Johnson goes down there, but they're going to call that penalty after the fact. Or foul, I should say. So Tar Heels lead 2-1. And that's kind of the way soccer goes sometimes. We thought the Heels were the better team in the first half, and they ended the half down 1-0. And then here in the second half, we felt like it's been pretty 50-50, and the Tar Heels have a 2-1 lead. That one's deflected in on net, out of bounds. And let's see if it's a corner. It's not. It's going to be a goal kick. So Heels lead 2-1 on the penalty kick. We're halfway through the first half, so State's got 20 minutes to even it up. That's gonna be a handball on Johnson. State's going to have a free kick from about midfield. And we'll see if State can turn it up offensively. That one's sent in on net. It takes a high bounce, and it's deflected over by Walton. Wow, that was close. A free kick from midfield. It took a huge bounce. It almost went in.
Yeah, Shapiro almost got a crazy goal from midfield there. Shapiro has a really big boot for them, for the pack, and she always takes those free kicks from far away.
We talked about the bounces not too long ago, and that one almost resulted in a goal. Here's the corner kick, and it's headed out by Johnson. bounces right to the Wolfpack. And let's see if they can make something happen. Tar Heels are able to get out of there with it momentarily. State trying to get it back on the far side. And looks like State has it, and it's kicked out by Maston, who has a goal so far. And State's going to have a throw in. Tossed in, headed right back to her by the Tar Heels. State regains control, and Tar Heels have it back. Let's see if they can get out of there with it. They've spent a lot of time in their own zone. They just haven't really been threatened by NC State. That one comes out of bounds right near us, and State will have a throw in. Two-1 Tar Heels. Waiting on a throw in now after a couple substitutions. State deflects it, trying to get to it, deflected into the box. Nobody there for the Wolfpack. And Walton picks it up after Callie Creech was coming in hot. And Walton picks it up. Sends it deep, midfield. Battle for the ball. State comes out of there with it. And there it goes. I think after that long penalty kick, maybe we see what the Tar Heels were going for. Maybe they were going for getting a bounce like that and getting it in on net. But it was a great save by Walton. That's probably the play of the day so far in my mind. Pressure here from the Heels, and State's able to earn a goal kick. Two to one, NC State trails UNC Chapel Hill. Out here at the Wolfpack Training Center, Wolfpack Women's Club Soccer. Here on PackTV. Tar Heels have the ball, looking to cross midfield. And they do good defensive play there for the Wolfpack, but the Heels regain it. Sent in, deflected, and kicked out. Heels will have a throw in. Heels take control. They'll look to set things up. One of the things they did really well in the first half was control the ball. Now is a good time to do that. Here in the latter half of the second half, looking at about 15 minutes to go. So if the Heels can gain control, they could be in position to win this game.
Yeah, possession is going to be key for the Heels with, like you said, 10 minutes-ish to go. But if they can possess the ball, they're going to make it harder for NC State to counter and get a game-tying goal here.
Yeah, NC State hasn't had a whole lot of chances in this game, like we said, but they were able to capitalize on one of them. And like we said, the Heels haven't really had a whole lot of great chances either, but they've scored twice. Couple more substitutions. State getting ready for another goal kick. Great day for soccer. Tell you what, feels like it's football weather outside. Finally. And so it's a great day for soccer by default. Not too hot, not too cold. Heels take control. Looks like both of their goal scorers are playing defense, Maston and Johnson. Looks like they're defenders. Obviously, one of them was just off a deflection on a free kick, and the other one was a penalty kick. But it says a lot when your goal scorers are playing defense.
NC State using a lot of subs here, seeing if they can get some fresh legs and get a push here on offense to tie up the game here.
Yep, we'll see. We said NC State has a depth advantage, not only because they have more players, but because Tar Heels played last night. I incorrectly said during our stand-up that it looked like Chapel Hill had two full teams. That is definitely not the case. They've probably got about 5 or 6 players on the sideline. State, on the other hand, definitely has 2 teams, probably even more than that. But not everybody has played. Chapel Hill's used every player, and the Wolfpack has not. That one's kicked out of bounds. Thrown in, headed out by the Wolfpack. Ball's hanging around at midfield. State looking to make something happen, sent in, and State can't keep control. Looked like they might have had something there if they could hold on to the ball, but they could not. That one's going to be out. And before the throw-in, there's going to be a sub. Anastasia Sheridan coming back in for the Wolfpack. Tar Heels make a couple of subs. Seems like every time there's a sub, one person's here, and then 2 or 3 more people come running down. They're like, wait, we want to get in too.
Yeah, it's almost like a hockey line change.
Yep, that's it. State keeps it in, deflected into the box. Easy pickup for Walton. 12 minutes to go or so. Once again, 40-minute halves here in club soccer instead of 45. State looking to make something happen offensively. I think we can both agree through about 7/8 of this game, Tar Heels have been the better team, and but it's not like there's a big gap. It's both teams are playing well, and Tar Heels have just been a little better, and they lead 2-1. See if State can even things up here. Tar Heels in black jerseys, which I ranted about at the beginning, with white shorts. State with white and black sent in on that well wide. State with white shirts on black shorts. Tar Heels have blue socks, and State has white. Tar Heels came in 6-1 and 2. They fell behind late in the first half, but responded well with a couple goals. Here in the second, NC State 4-2 and 2. Got a goal at the end of the first half from Meredith Kreiner. And they weren't able to hold on to that lead for long. Somebody goes down. Gets up gingerly. That is Neely Holroyd. Looks like she's all right. And we'll have a free kick. Maston takes it. She was the first goal scorer of the day for the Tar Heels. On a deflection in the box. Heels take control, intercepted. Pass was intercepted, excuse me. And State gets it out of there. That could have been dangerous. Long kick, kicked it. Maston looked like she was trying to kick it out of bounds, but instead she found a teammate. Heels keep it in on the far side. Sent back in. Maston takes control, and Walton kicks it out of there. Kicks it out of trouble. Carmen Pirtle was in pursuit. And another foul called. NC State not happy with that one. I think a lot of the players have been upset with the calls, but that was the most visibly upset I think we've seen somebody. That was Lainey Beth Shapiro. And she threw her arms up in disgust, but sent in on that wide. As we've discussed, the referee has been consistent both ways, and that's just how the game's been called.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with the way the ref has called this game again. I would if it were one way versus the other and all ticky-tacky, but it's both ways, and they're calling a tight game. So
Yeah, and there haven't been as many fouls here in the second half.
yeah, second half has been more of a flow for both teams.
Right.
And I'm looking for State right here to just see if they can counter and bring up the intensity a little bit because they need a goal here.
Running out of
Some overtime.
running out of time. About 8 minutes left. Right in front of us, he'll send it deep. And State comes out to play it. Hager picks it up. It looked like it could be dangerous for a minute. Hager was late coming out, but she got there. State trailing 2-1. Latter stages of the second half. Let's see if State tries to push forward here as they've got a throw in. And they're not able to take control out of the throw in. Sent in deep, headed back forward by the Wolfpack, and they'll try to take control. It's lost out of bounds. That was Anastasia Sheridan, and the Tar Heels make a sub. We'll see. We had a couple of stoppages in the first half, so we'll see if there's any stoppage time added on, or in the second half, I should say. So we'll see if any time is added on at the end, but if it was, it won't be much time. Tar Heels send it ahead, and there's Wooten. She's behind the defense momentarily, comes back to get the ball, tries to send it in. There's a send in on net, and a diving save by Hager. That was Courtney Johnson, who's already got one goal today. It looked like she kind of kicked that. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know the term for it. It was almost like a backhander in hockey with her foot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, she got it with the outside of her right foot there.
Yeah, I guess that's the term, just the outside of your foot. But good opportunity, diving save by Hager. Wooten takes it the other way now. Sends it deep, looking for Johnson again. State takes control, and Hager's able to pick it up. Courtney Johnson's been all over the field after scoring that penalty kick. And as it stands now, she's got the game-winning goal. Tar Heels with another chance. Was she onside? Yes, but it's taken away from her. 1-on-4. Didn't end well there for the Heels. State tries to get it out of the zone, and they do. And the Heels just kick it out of bounds. About 5 minutes left. State needs a goal, looking to tie. Bad throw-in is deflected. Ruled an NC State throw-in. Thrown in right in front of us. State tries to deflect it. It's deflected out. And it's deflected out again. Now the Tar Heels will have a throw-in. Out of bounds again. Not much happening here, Jonathan. Just back and forth, in and out of bounds.
Nope, and State needs to work the strike here because they're running out of time, as we said.
Running out of time quickly, that's for sure. Sent into the box. And it's going to be ruled a corner kick. Here's a chance for NC State. Looks like the Tar Heels were upset with that call, but it's a corner kick. Less than 5 minutes to go. Probably looking at about 4 minutes now. Sent in on net, sent in deep headed, and it's easily saved by Walton. Josie Rickard took the corner there. I couldn't tell who got a head on it. Could you? Looked like set in on that again. Here's gonna be an opportunity for State. Here she goes, sent out wide, deflected out. That's going to be another corner. Stephanie Raumasser was behind the defense, and she had a chance for Carr's going to take the corner again. I thought off the foot it looked like that one was going to be too far, but State had a great chance, and Walton was just in the right spot. We'll see what happens here. Ricard lines it up. Here she comes. Sends it deep, and it gets through. Let's see if it goes out of bounds. It does, and it'll be a Tar Heel goal kick, excuse me. Heels are going to send it deep, just looking to run out the clock at this point. Last couple minutes of the game. State behind the defense. They're going to send it back to Hager. She doesn't kick it far enough, and the Heels still have control in their own zone. They lost it now. And they'll take it back. Let's see if they try to attack the net or if they just try to hang on to the ball. Looking to get past, send it in on net. Easy save for Hager. Her bench was begging her to hang on to the ball and just kill time, but Hager got the easy save. 30 seconds left, according to the Tar Heels coach in front of us. State's got a throw in. They're going to have to hurry up. They send it deep, out of bounds again. State's got to push forward a little harder here, you'd think. But it's not happening. Tar Heels keep getting it out of bounds and forcing throw-ins. And here they take control. They just send it deep, and we're going to have a foul. Tar Heels kick it off, and that could just about do it.
NC State had two really good opportunities at the corner to tie this one up, but just unable to convert.
Opportunity here for Wooten here at the end of the game. She sends it in on net, and it's wide. Looks like we're going to keep playing here for at least a couple more minutes. Oh, the Tar Heels are going to have a corner. I thought that was out off of Chapel Hill, but it's not. And let's see what they do. They send it in on net. It's headed in. And the Tar Heels score at the end of the game, and that'll just about do it. Let's see if we can get a number. That was Aaron Floyd on the header, and Tar Heels take a 3-1 lead. That'll just about do it. Whistle's going to blow at any minute now. Let's see, maybe we're playing with a little extra time here. Usually that's not the case in club soccer, but we'll see. The clock was stopped a couple times. Couple players go down. Referee says to play on. Tar Heels with control again. And there's Wooten getting past the defense again. Centered in, and they score again. Tar Heels make it 4-1, and that was Sally Knane, I guess. I don't know. Sorry for the mispronunciation, but it's 4-1 now. That game got out of hand quickly, Jonathan.
Yep. State's not able to defend on the crosses in by Carolina.
Yeah, it's been a good game throughout, but here at the end, Tar Heels have been just a little better, and they've scored a couple goals here late. Whistle should come at any second now. Wooten again in the Chapel Hill end. And she loses control. State gets it out. And that's going to do it. Tar Heels win 4-1. They're now 7-2 and 1 on the season. NC State falls to 4-2 and 3. Jonathan, your initial thoughts from this game?
I think State came out and played really well, but Carolina also shook off the rust from their Duke win and played equally as well. They just pushed harder in the second half, getting the 50-50 balls and created more chances, as you saw in those last 3 goals back-to-back. Just were able to get down the field into their final offensive third and then make a good cross into the goal mouth, and that's how you score. You got to have the opportunities, and State wasn't able to keep up the stout defense they did in the first half to prevent Carolina from scoring as much.
4 goals in the second half, 2 of them in the last probably 3 minutes of the game. Wolfpacker Outfitters player of the game, I'm going with Courtney Johnson.
Yeah.
She had the game-winning goal, and she had a couple other chances. But, I mean, you could pick any number of players, really. Caroline Wooten was all over the field, had a couple of assists, and Tar Heels were just the better team. Congrats to Courtney Johnson, our Wolfpack Outfitters player of the game. You mentioned the fatigue as we wrap it up. I thought the interesting thing about it was we were worried, would the Tar Heels slow down at the end of the game because they just played last night. In fact, it was the opposite. They got stronger as the game went on, and they scored 4 second-half goals to defeat the Wolfpack. That'll just about do it. Jonathan, any other thoughts?
Nope.
That'll do it. Thanks for tuning in, PackTV. The UNC Chapel Hill Tar Heels defeat the NC State Wolfpack 4-1. Thanks for watching on PackTV.